let's wrap this up with JWST Just Wow, which is why I called it the Just Wow Space Telescope. Before it launched, we were seeing posts like this on social media. Do all fairy tales begin with once upon a time? No, many of them begin when JWST launches. And yeah, I had to replace those fonts there. It was impossible to read. Other folks were making wonderful Halloween costumes and dressing up as JWST before it launched. Others were saying James Webb launch coverage is a Christmas movie. Changed my mind, which is very funny because, of course, it launched on Christmas. And then folks were saying today the James Webb Telescope switched on camera to acquire first image from deep space, removed before flight, as though they forgot to take the lens cap off. So there were some worries from folks that things wouldn't go right. Of course, things did deploy correctly, which led to memes like this one. Does it look familiar? Kind of seems familiar. Then we heard that report of an impact on the segments. And indeed, on the right-hand side, let me turn on my laser pointer here. You can see right here on this segment, that impact spot. So boom, on the left-hand side, all the wave fronts are pretty well aligned. And on the right-hand side, there's that one little bit that the wave fronts are a little messed up. So luckily, they can correct for that somewhat, and it has not affected things too much. In fact, 'tis but a scratch for you Monty Python and the Holy Grail fans. Another meme that I really liked was, nice try, NASA. Just saying that it looked a lot like a countertop, one of the sparkly countertops for those of you that are lucky enough to have them. Others were saying Hubble, and then JWST with the glasses on. That, of course, rapidly brought out this meme again, with astronomers no longer so much interested in Hubble, but interested in JWST, although really this was the way to properly make this meme with the actual images. Others took straight to the memes of let's decorate the first science images, which is that the Philadelphia Flyers? I think so. I think it's a sports mascot from Philadelphia. And then, of course, a cat in the nebula, or at least kind of has cat ears. I don't know. It's terrifying. 4.6 billion light years away, we get this clarity, and 10 feet away in a security camera, it's just all blurry. Of course, folks made dresses out of this, and yes, that's an actual dress that you can buy. You can go out there, I'm not going to tell you where, but you can Google it and figure out where to get web clothing. Higher redshift galaxies, astronomers, and tonight's archive listing. You kind of need to be a research astronomer to really appreciate that one, so sorry about that, everybody. Archive is the listing for the preprint papers, the ones that have not been properly vetted. They haven't been read by all the referees, and astronomers write the papers, and they get very excited, and they post them there for everybody else to see. Back in my day, to talk about like an old-time astronomer, we used to wait until the referees had accepted the paper at least before we would load it onto the archive server. These days, people just see it as a free-for-all. They want to beat other people, so they post it there right away. And then once it's accepted by the journal, oftentimes you'll see it get replaced by the journal version, so it gets updated to the final one. So right now, all these papers you're seeing, or a lot of the results you're seeing, are kind of first results. They're not really what the final say is on any of this. In fact, if you start seeing redshifts for these galaxies, Z is the redshift of the galaxy. It's how many times the light's been shifted to the red. So Z of 11 is really pretty darn far away. You're talking about, 13 billion years ago, or I guess, yeah, redshift of 11 is about 13 billion years ago, a little more, 13.3, something like that. And then you have 12, 13, 14, 16, 20. Somebody's claiming redshift of 20. Well, there are multiple papers for each of these objects, and well, one group might get a Z of 13, another gets a Z of 8. So don't really believe these numbers exactly. They all need to be verified. These are candidates. They're basing it upon the colors of these and where you get dropouts due to certain wavelength bands, but nonetheless, pretty exciting to see these numbers just being thrown around right and left. It's kind of the wild west of redshifts right now with these galaxies, but pretty soon they'll turn on the spectrographs at our big ground-based telescopes. They'll analyze these in detail. They'll use some of the other spectrographs on board our space telescopes, and we'll find out what the redshift of these objects really are, and where are they really back in time. Some more beautiful images have come out from the Webb telescope. This is M74, and this is a Hubble image of it. And the Webb telescope gave us this, which is just crazy. And this is the near-infrared camera, and the MIRI camera gave us this. You can see this interesting bubbles that you find. There's a bubble there, there's a bubble there, there's a bubble there, there's a bubble over here. Well, those are actually probably caused by supernova explosions, clearing out the material and compressing it around them, which then triggers more star formation. So the fact that we're seeing this so clearly in this image is just spectacular. The Cartwheel Galaxy is also another one that was imaged. Although, okay, this got misplaced a little bit, my bad, but we'll come back to that in a second. Another astronomer took an image of Proxima Centauri and said this was taken by JWST at this level of detail. A new world is revealed every day. Well, that's not a JWST image. That's a picture of chorizo. He just took a slice of chorizo and took a photo of it and posted it to social media. So don't believe everything you read on the internet. Mr. Klein had, or Dr. Klein, I'm not sure if he has his PhD yet, but he did apologize and said, I'm very sorry for teasing you all. Although to me, I look at that looks like a slice of chorizo, so I'm not terribly surprised. Getting back to the image, this is a Hubble image of the Cartwheel Galaxy, and let me show you what the Webb image looks like of this galaxy. So here's the near-infrared picture. So again, just the gorgeous dust that's there, an amazing structure, and the two background galaxies there. And then going forward to the MIRI image, the longer wavelengths. So just very, very cool. And this cartwheel was probably formed when one galaxy flew through the middle of this and sort of triggered that ring structure. Now, on top of all of this, this is an exciting time for astronomy. Like we mentioned earlier, it was great talking to Dr. Ken Carpenter. And kids and teachers have been inspired by this excitement. And this is sort of the good side of humanity, in my opinion. This is what we do best. And by investing in things like JWST, which in the grand scheme of the federal budget was not that expensive, you'll see people complaining about the overall final cost, which sure was way over budget, but it's worth it. You know, we spend so much more money on destructive things, in things that are not so positive, and yet we can inspire the future generation to ponder and to think about and want to observe the universe and to explore further and to learn more. And that's really what we're doing here. So to me, it's not just the science that we're learning about, it's the inspiration that we're seeing with all these images.